right, we have a special bottle in store today. So thank you to our buddy Tim for getting this bottle for us. We actually had to get this from Pennsylvania, just because I can't find one of these in the state. It might be available in the state. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to do a little more research at work, but I haven't seen one. But this is a Jim Beam product that I've never owned before, and I haven't really seen too much before. This is the old Overholt 10-year cask strength rye. So you might know the old Overholt rye, which is, I believe it's like an 86 proof rye. It's more of a base level rye, cocktail rye, kind of indicative like the Rittenhouse from Heaven Hill, essentially. But yeah, this is like, you know, the big brother. So this is 60% alcohol. It's 120 proof, I believe. Let's see if we can find it on here. 60.5%, so 121 proof. Yeah, so here's a little backstory on the bottle. If you guys aren't familiar with it, essentially it is the longest, if not the longest, one of the longest running products in the entire country. It's been around for 214 years at this point. So in 1810, Abraham Overholt, he was one of the, I don't know if he was the founder of Jim Beam or he's one of the founding fathers of Jim Beam, but essentially it's a Jim Beam product. He created this Overholt rye, which was supposed to be a true expression of Kentucky rye. And now this bottle is made in the Warehouse V, which is known for, it's called an escalator rickhouse. Essentially what it does, instead of like having to manually rotate the barrels, there is an elevator warehouse, I said escalator. Escalators. For all the SpongeBob fans out there. It rotates the barrels by mechanism. So it creates this crazy consistency in the product that comes out of this. And this is one of those products that comes out of that Warehouse V. So let's get into this. Sorry for the two-minute monologue here, but wanted to give you guys a little bit of background history on the bottle. And let's get into this thing. Alright, we'll keep it in the frame. So the nose is lovely. It really is. So very strong, like natural cherry notes for sure. Up front, a little bit of like mulchiness to it, almost like damp earth or mulchiness. And they use virgin oak, so like there's not going to be any crazy like char notes in this product. We're relying strictly on the like rye spice to be your backbone of this, and then you get your indicative flavors that are going to come off that, like maple wood, hazelnut, brown sugar, coffee, whatever, you know, run the gambit. You're not going to get like out of Indiana where you get like tarragon, dillweed, anise. That's more of an Indiana rye. Kentucky rye is more known for like some more supple flavors. Yeah, it's cherry, mulch, a little bit of dampness. You get a little bit of that oak, like a little bit of a tinge of wood, but it's not really there. It's nice. A little bit of brown sugar as you go deeper into it. Yeah. That is fantastic. And this is like, to me, this is kind of their answer to Heaven Hill's Parker Heritage 10-year rye or Michter's 10-year rye. This is along the same quality of product, and I like this better than the Parker Heritage. I don't know if I like it better than the Michter's 10, because that's like kind of like my pinnacle of like Kentucky rye for me personally, but this is fantastic. And there's much more dynamics on this palate. So you get like, obviously you get like slammed with rye spice up front, but then you get these awesome, really cool vanilla-y brown sugar notes on the tail end of the palate, and it really kind of brings this whole thing together. It's really well balanced for being 121 proof. To be honest, like what I do with stuff like this high proof, I open it, I let it sit for like 20 minutes, let the air kind of like filter through it, and it does soften it up a little bit. You could do that with a drop of water, the same thing can be achieved. This is one of the best ryes I've ever had. This is fantastic. So, waiting for the number. Here's the number. Mike and I said we weren't going to go high this year. We're going to try to keep things a little more reined in as far as the scores go, but it's really hard when you have products like this that are fantastic. So this one, like, if this isn't a 9, I don't know what is. So this is a 9.1 out of 10 on the rye. Cheers, everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.